Hello, welcome to a very sad day at Hoovie's Garage because yes, I am selling my 2012 McLaren MP412C after only 6 months of ownership. And I know what you're thinking. No, I'm not selling it because I'm going broke because I buy a new car every month. I'm actually barely able to keep my head above water thanks to you all watching these videos. It's a miracle. It would help even more. I would probably dog paddle a little better if you subscribe, so hit that button below, subscribe please. But yes, I am selling my McLaren MP412C after a very short time owning it. And the reason why I'm selling it is because of several reasons. Now, to recap, back in November, I committed to buying this McLaren MP412C after flying out to New York City and buying it broken, but on the promise that it would be fixed. The car had a failing transmission and the previous owner was selling it to buy a new GT3. And in the 2 short years that he owned the car, this McLaren racked up over $150,000 in repairs. The engine, the transmission, not once but twice failed, along with the iris screen and several other things, really added up quickly on this very expensive vehicle with very expensive parts. But thankfully he had a warranty, which he transferred to me, so I didn't have to worry about fixing the transmission again, which was about $30,000, and just had to patiently wait for the car to be fixed. Now, there was a national shortage on transmissions, so I had to wait until they could build one in the UK. They finally shipped it over, put it in the car. A few months later, it finally showed up. Since then, I put about 5,000 miles in this car and really enjoyed it, but I'm not keeping it. I'm actually trading it in for something else, and I'm going to take it on its last road trip to trade it in. I'm actually trading this car in on something else, and I'm trading it towards something actually older for several reasons, but actually I need to hit the road, so I'll explain it to you in the car. I'm actually meeting up with a special guest to join me on this trip. All right, on the road, and this is certainly a long goodbye because I'm driving my McLaren 12C to trade it in all the way from Wichita, Kansas to Denver, Colorado. It is a long drive, about 7 hours, 0 turns, just a straight line straight out west. Couldn't be a more boring trip, but weirdly, this is the perfect car for it because the McLaren 12C is so smooth and so comfortable. It's one of my favorite parts of this car. The suspension is hydraulic. In normal mode, this is almost luxury car level comfort right here with the hydraulic suspension. It is so impressive. The seats are really comfortable. I like the infotainment system. The iris system hooks up to my phone perfectly and has every modern convenience I could possibly want. The climate control blows cold just like a normal car. This thing feels very normal on the highway, and that's one of the main reasons why I like it. It's a super car, but it's very livable as a daily driver. I also think the McLaren is beautiful. Of all the McLarens that have come since, they're pretty obnoxious in the styling, some in a good way, some in a bad way, but the McLaren is very conservative, and it got knocked for its conservative styling early on, but personally, I don't understand it. I think when you look at this car in person, it is so pretty, and the doors are super cool. And the interior, you could say this is a 2020 and people would believe you because it is so modern, and I think this car will age very well, looks-wise. As far as long-term ownership prospects, I don't know. It didn't help that when I bought this thing, it's like Thanos snapped its fingers and half its value seemed to go away immediately. Well, maybe not half its value, but it's like it lost $20,000 or $30,000. Like within a month after I bought it, all McLaren 12Cs right off the bat, and I'm wondering if I may have something to do with that because I did make several videos talking about how unreliable these things were and how crazy you are to buy one out of warranty. But this car has been under warranty this whole time, and I've only had one real issue, and that was with the reverse light going out, and that cost $1,000 to replace a little reverse light. I haven't really had anything else. I did have a check engine light come on and off a few times, but that was just because of the exhaust being loaded up when this car was in limp mode and the catalytic converter was throwing a code. So the more I drove this car, the more it kind of cleared its throat, cleared its exhaust system out, and things have been great ever since. I really haven't needed the warranty, but come October, that warranty is going to expire, and you bet I would spend $5,000 to renew the warranty just in case, just because of what the previous owner went through. $150,000 in repairs over a 2-year period. So, but now we're getting into reasons as to why I'm going to sell this thing as we get into Salina, Kansas. But before I get into all of that, I'm going to stop in Salina, Kansas and meet up with my friend who's going to tag along with me to make this long, boring drive, this long goodbye, a little less boring. Have some company. There he is. Drew Casper, everybody.
I'm here.
I just had some Taco Bell. I'm being a great road trip companion because the blowouts after the bean burrito are gonna be interesting. Thanks for coming along. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
The long goodbye with the McLaren.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Well, I was hoping for a travel companion on this long ride, but what I didn't realize is Drew has started talking to a girl, and he just texts the whole time. So, Hannah, if you're watching, he is way into you. Don't worry. Just so you know. Now, for those of you who don't remember Drew, he is the curator of the Midwest Dream Car Collection, and he's not wearing a neck brace anymore, which is good. How's everything going?
It's going well. Yeah.
You're fully recovered. You're back at work.
I am back at work.
We're going for one night, and Drew has packed a duffel bag about yay big that I've shoved into the nose somehow, and he's brought his backpack. I didn't expect this. I didn't expect him to be texting a girl the whole time and then packing for a 7-day vacation, but I'm glad he's here. The reason why we're going on this trip is because I want to get rid of this McLaren for a number of reasons, and number one is it's just too fast.
Really?
Yes, it's too fast. I can't take it on the track because of the warranty. So I can't really explore this car at its limits at all. And then to do it on public roads, it's very dangerous and very illegal. It would put me in jail, no license, all that stuff. And so anytime I do go way too fast in this thing, I feel super guilty.
Well, let's be honest, Tyler. I think that you have a short attention span, and this car just won't last long enough and surprise you enough to drive every day.
That has nothing to do with it. If I love a car, I keep it for a long time. But yeah, 6 months is pretty short. But that's just because I've run out of things I can do with it. There's only so many road trips. I'm going to take the Rolls Royce on a road trip if I want to take it on a road trip. And this car has been really reliable, but I am a little worried about when this thing runs out of warranty. After spending $5,000 a year to have this warranty, what it's going to be like to own this thing. And I don't want to be that guy owning this car out of warranty, for sure.
So you're talking about trading this car in and saving money.
Yes.
Yet losing a bunch of money with getting this new car.
A bit. A lot of money, yes.
It's a lot older than this car.
It is.
And has a cassette player.
It's old. It has a cassette player, yes. And no warranty.
And no warranty.
Yes, you're right. Yes, and tens of thousands of dollars gone on a car that doesn't have a warranty. You're really making me feel good about this decision, Drew. Oh boy.
That's good.
And then I have to drive. We're still got another 5 hours to go, and this car is so comfortable and so nice. I don't know what I'm doing. Hopefully, when I see what I'm buying, I'm not feeling regret. And when we drive off, because it's going to be a lot louder and less comfortable. Yeah, I am taking a big hit. But let's talk about me keeping this car for another 5 years. The warranty will run out eventually. I keep renewing it every year for $5,000 or basically every year because I wouldn't be able to sleep at night without it. But eventually that would run out. And then there's no parts availability with this McLaren at all. Unlike my Rolls-Royce Phantom or my Aston Martin DB7, those are kind of part spin special cars, but McLaren engineered this car pretty much in-house. They designed everything top to bottom, the engine, the transmission. I don't know of many shared parts. This infotainment system is such a weird shape, I can't just put it in normal radio when that breaks, you know? the climate controls on this side. There are so many McLaren-specific things, basically the entire car, that there's not anywhere to get parts except from McLaren. And owners of these cars are so responsible, they're not crashing them, so used parts availability is not very good either. Unlike Corvette ZR1s, these things don't crash, apparently. But yeah, the fact that I can't take it to the track, even though you don't like going to tracks anymore for obvious reasons, but I feel like this would be a fantastic track car, and I don't feel like it would hurt it all that much to where McLaren needed to put this restriction on having the warranty where you can't track it. It doesn't make any sense. Porsche lets you track the heck out of a GT3 and they still warranty the car. It's frustrating. It's definitely frustrating. But if you had to pick between this car and the car I'm getting, which one would you buy?
I'd pick this car.
Of course you would. Oh man, you are not helping at all. We're doing a great job of describing this car and not describing this car at all that I'm going to get. Probably making everybody mad. So should I give them a little hint? Just a little hint?
Sure.
Okay. You got to hit the subscribe button first. Go down and hit the button down around beneath me and hit the button, and then I'll tell you. Have you hit it yet? I can tell you haven't hit that button yet. You haven't done it. Okay, good. All right. Just a little teaser. We'll go into the future now. Back to the future. At the dealership. The car I'm getting, assuming this McLaren doesn't break or blow up or catch fire before we get there, but yeah. Thank you for watching. And if you want more bad opinions, be sure to follow Drew over at the Midwest Dream Car Collection. He has a YouTube channel closing in on 10,000 subscribers, right?
Almost.
You're almost monetized. That's a big deal.
Almost.
You can start getting some money. Then you can buy a McLaren.
Sure.
It'll be for sale. This is amazing.